What's up, everybody? Drawdown King got a strong nicotine pouch for me in right now, so I may have to get rid of it. For now, we're going to try and talk. Got the Volumetrica Web and Deepdom. A lot of people, it says Deepdom here, but I don't think it's supposed to be Deepdom. Sure what's going on there. I think it's Deepdom, but it says Deepdom. Okay, now we get the microphone down here. We'll start talking. People seen it. People been talking about it. Used to be called Volumetrica, Volsys, and Vol something. Got a cool graphic there. But you'll see it here if you want to go to the website. Look, I'm not getting any commissions or anything. But I wouldn't turn them down either. 15-minute delayed feed, huh? Yeah, I don't know about this delayed feed thing here. I know this one's not delayed. Oh, free delayed feed, but you can link it up. But you see it there. Alright, so we're going to start with the... You see a blue sky link in my profile. You want to buy an account, do it. You don't. I don't care. I got a link there, though, if you want to look. Alright. You have to get rid of that nicotine poucheroni there, so we can talk a little better. Got a little drink. I gotta grab a sip. Just look at the squiggles there. Man. Alright. We are ready to get started now. We're going to start going over the web edition. You'll see you can run dashboard and you can do this stuff. I'm not going into reports and all this stuff here. But we'll go into the trading platform. Alright, now see if we can't go full screen on this puppy here. And you're going to notice we are we connected or are we not connected? Let's refresh this. And we'll start again, shall we? Connect the feed. Alright, you gotta go up here at the top. You don't go here. Keep that in mind. If you're full screening it, this just tells you where you're at. This is your connection right here. I believe I'm connected now, am I not? Concurrent connection. Do you ever see that? That means you're connected two places at the same time. And now I should be able to do this. So if you're using this and a desktop app, gonna have to make sure, is that where we're at? 25? Guess so, huh? Alright. So you open this up, it's sort of like the Top Step X, Platform X, whatever the case. Taking a look at the chart, you cannot customize this. If you right click, you don't get anything here. First and foremost, you can come up here, you can change background color. You cannot change the candlestick colors, so if you're looking for that, we do not see that anywhere. I'm not going into specifics on each and everything, but this will be enough to get you up and running. This syncs all your charts. This is your account here. That's your reports here. That's your historical here. Alright. Alright. So we're out of that. Let's go in. You got all your drawing tools here. We're not going into those because it's pretty self-explanatory. If you want to do chart trading, you can definitely do so. You got your toolbars down here. Right here. The candles are going to be the candle colors they are. You want to change the background like we just did. Well, actually, we did not, did we? We did not change the background color. Maybe I'll do that. How about that? How about that? How about we don't like that? Background color. Let's go back with this. We're going to do something crazy here. How about that? Border color. That's all you got. You cannot change the candlestick, so keep that in mind. Your tools are right here. We are now jumping into full screen at this point. And like I said, we've already went through properties. This is your templates. This is where you can add templates, or if you have them already, or you can save template names. This is your pop out here. I don't really know the advantage for a pop out versus this because they're all technically pop outs, right? But if we have it open, you want to close it, just close it back out there. You can go back into full screen. Something you cannot get when you're not in full screen is this. This can change you to dark theme, blue theme. Let's keep the damn light theme. One-click trading. You got a trade copier built in too. If you have multiple accounts, you can add these and switch some parameters in and out there as well. There's your watch list. We already went to the accounts. And that's your multiple chart layout right here. Your indicators over here on the left. I think we can do pivot points, can we not? Can we not do pivot points, or can we do pivot points? Alright, so we got a pivot point in there. And normally those drop down here, but if you don't see them, when you have your indicators, your pivot points, you're going to have to click on that. And you can grab a few things. Alright, whatever, it is what it is here. Alright, and there we go, we're up and running. We're on a 3-minute, all your time frames are up here underneath this. You got your regular time frames here, and your custom time frames that you can enter in right here. You want a 3-minute chart? There you go. Alright. We're going to go back to the 1-minute chart. Like I said, all your tools are right here. You want to do any of this jazz, you just drag and drop it in, whatever. We're going to escape. Escape did not do anything. It's making me put it somewhere. Alright, if you come over here to the right, that's going to be auto save. This is your workspace. You can name that if you want. It automatically saves it, as you can see there. There's your help information right here in the top right. So like I said, there's all your tools. And you have a few other things down here at the bottom. I don't know what all these things are, nor do I care. Some people like candles like this. Some people don't like this shit, you know? We're going to get rid of that. I don't like it. But you can just click on some of this stuff, see if you like that, or, you know, your profiles and things of this nature, and any of your other customizable indicators. You want this? You got it right here. You with the selection tool. And when you're resizing things, you can zoom in, scroll with your wheel. You can drag and drop it. And also, if you see over here where it's a hand, It only does at a certain area. You can drag and drop over, drag over here. You can resize over here as well, so it's a little different. And you can click on that, add some buy limits and things right there. And you want to get into the trading, and you got time and sells. You got your trade panel and your dome right here. Zoom, zoom. I want to do an order right there. I got an order right here, right? But as you can see there, when I've got the dome up, it did not retain the bracket order. See that? So then what would happen is you'd have to go into this bracket here. Actually, I do have a bracket stop. Oh, heck, look at that. Let's cancel all those. Let's try and put an order in right there. So it actually does keep it. So you can do it from the dome there. If you're a domer. If you're not a domer, which I'm not a big domer, you can come into here. Now keep in mind you've got some local practice accounts well, but you don't get that on this. You only get that on the desktop platforms, right? And that's pretty much it. Now you want to buy a market, you want to do this, you want to do that. We can go in with the market order, and you'll see the brackets down here. You got your simple and your advanced. We right now have a simple one in.
Order filled.
We are now in an order. Let's see if we can get out for a break even here. Not sure why the
order filled.
Son of a bitch is not filling me there. That was weird. Had to get out rather quick, as you saw that it started to run against me. Right there. We are down today on that because we're testing shit out. You want your candlesticks, your Haikanashi, whatever kind of stuff you use OHCL, Delta volume bars, you want to use that. You want to use Equibars candles. You can see right here where they start coming in with heavier volume. I haven't used this Equivolume, although I'm sure it's pretty neat. Buy and sell buttons, bid-ask line. I don't know what, necessarily what an auction filter is. Alright, so good thing I got out of that, right? See if we can't get a profitable trade in here. That's one of the levels we got, by the way, 68.20 on the, we're on the E-mini S&P futures. That's pretty much got, you know, see
order filled.
See what happens when we filled up here.
Order filled. Order rejected.
Well, we get 5 deep here. And see if I wanted to get rid of these. I guess they're all stacked on one. Puts them all on different orders there. You can click on them. When you click on one and get rid of it, it will get rid of the entire bracket. And if you click on this and drag it, same sort of thing that you get on most of these platformies these days here. Platformies, there's your bid ask. That's cool to have that up, right? We're going to look into the Deepdom here in just a few minutes, see if we can't get this out to a profitable trade. Not very happy that we're down. Even though we're just testing, we still don't like to be down now, do we? We're going to hold this just for a minute or two. But you can see you just drag and drop your stop, and your limits are right here, right? We'll let that play around for like 10 more seconds. We're down 200 something dollars. The whole world's gonna end because we're down 200 something dollaros. right? That's pretty much this entire platform, as you can see here. Let's get out of this. And we went to the accounts. And you got your reports right here. You can run them. This report's going to say, you got smacked, son. You got schmackled. Alright, so all the lungs are definitely sucking here. Yeah. But it'll give you your stats. By the way, I'm just not really trading, I'm just testing. Playing with the platform. Throwing out junk trades. Breaks it down into hours. Your equities. Even does a trade analysis. Which it's not pulling up here, and then you can get your historical data right there, and then your account overview right there. There's your pending orders. So that's pretty self-explanatory. That's all we're covering right here on this. Now we are going to get out, and that's your Volumetrica web. Most of the places that have this platform, in fact, have the web platform that you can use. Now, if you select Deep Charts or Deepdom, this is Deepdom right here. What we're going to do is we're going to connect this. This will have you enter some information, set it up. I'm not going over that right now. Not sure where this is. Am I connected? If you want to make sure you're connected, you could always do that. Exit out of that one. Alright, there we go. Now it's going to look a little funny because I didn't have the chart running for this data part right here. But this has the blob. This is the blobble blobble. Wobble wobble. Blobble blobble. But this is going to look just like Deep Charts, except Deep Charts does not have the blobs. Right? No blobs on Deep Charts that I'm aware of. Same sort of thing. You've got some different layouts here at the bottom. Indicators down at the bottom left. You want to add some extra stuff. The main thing you're doing here is I've got candles. I'm not sure if candles are up by default. You usually just see this kind of blobby stuff here. The blobbies are saying that we're trying to go downtown. Heard one person refer to these as clown balls. Right? Alright, and I can't tell you exactly what all this stuff is because I just started playing with it here recently, to be honest with you. So you can see when you're zooming in though, these are orders that are coming in. The larger the ball, the bigger the order. And these orders are trying to sell. Getting a few people trying to come in here, it looks like. Got a few people trying to come in here in this area. We'll just let it keep playing, see if this area or this area. We don't care. We'll go negative 27.50. We don't care. And now it's hitting this shit here. I assume this is some kind of dynamic support. I've not read all the details of it. I just started playing with it, but if you see it available now, usually when you select one of these, you only get one of the other Deep Charts or Deepdom. I don't believe you get both of them, right? But it's slipping away from me. I just got right in there. Whether the impression this shit right here will hold, we don't know if it will or if it won't. We're getting some large cells, amount of purple on the downside and green on the upside. See if anybody comes in from the green team here or not. Got a little green blob, green blob. See if a green blob save us, or if we go full frontal nosedive down into the abyss. As long as I get this video up before I blow the account, that's all that matters. You're going to see the same stuff here. The dome on this one, I'm not really sure why it's so freaking big like this. I'm not really quite sure why it's so darn big. Not enough margin. So I don't know, this dome is a little different than what I'm used to seeing here. Got your tray panel. In case it's not up down here, tray panel. Clear filled. Alright. And that's your chart dome. Enable book chart. Alright, we don't want to do that. Alright, so I don't know what all this stuff is. I'm just showing you what it looks like once you get in here. This is going to be the same, all your orders, market orders, you know how all these things are. You want to do a stop loss, take profit. You can do by money or ticks here. You're going to do by money or ticks. Alright. You can also put some candles in here if you want, as you can see. Sort of a different way to see candles and blobbies and blobbies. Stuff like this. Alright. What happens if we put the volume VWAP up here? Okay, I'll see what happens. See if we get some support on this yellow. I'm just sort of checking it out and learning it. You know? There's your VWAP if you got that on. Your other indicators down here on the bottom. Dome, 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 da dome, dome, dome. See if we get some support in here. My understanding is this is the heavy areas, support, resistance zones. It's my understanding anyway, so we'll see if that liquidity, like that word, holds up here. And you have some of your drawing tools right up here. I'm not sure what that is. Text, if you want to add some text. Look at that, getting some nice support in the blob yellow orange zone. So I guess you can go long in this shit. That lines up with my 6815, so that's sort of cool. See if we come back up there on that one. Bubble size, bubble grouping, top contrast. Let's see what happens here. There we go. Whoa, hey. I sort of like this stuff like that, I guess. I don't know. Top contrast, liquidity contrast. Alright, so we're just playing around here. Thought we would do it. It says Deepdom again. And pretty simple platforms. You just open it up. You get your feed going. If you want to do a different feed, you can do that right here. Let's see if we crash, and we deep doomed out there. We crashed. I crashed this thing here. But it does say deep doom. Alright, so we're going to try and restore from that previous session. Not sure what I did to crash it, but I'm sure I could watch it back and figure it out. What do you do? Open? Alright, I'm not sure why that it did that. So I'm going to just go back in. Your contracts, just like you saw me go in there, you're going to go into the new It's going to reload some stuff here for you. Not sure my trade panel is. That's Sim. That's the DX here. I'm down 1175 because I was relying on this yellow, orange, red zone. Looked a little different there a minute ago though, didn't it? Getting a good little bounce off that area, a couple points. So we're just making our own assumptions. We don't read all the manuals and things and all that jazz. But that's pretty much it. That's Deepdom. Your deep chart is going to look the same, but without the bubble globbles, all the other order entries and things like this, and your connections. I think I was actually going into connections. Is that what froze me up here? Yep, I have now officially found and been able to replicate a crash on the Deepdom when you try to add more connections while you're already connected, right? So now that's out of the way, I assume you need to go offline when you're doing that. Go into CME or whichever one you're looking for here. It's going to start downloading the data. And you've got not only a, let's go back to the trade panel here. They're smacking us back down, aren't they? Look at that. Maybe not. Maybe we're coming back up. Let's go back in. Okay, that's where we bounced. We got these shelves here. Looks like some kind of extraterrestrial glasses. There's other platforms that do the same stuff as well. Book map, I guess, and whatever the name of them the platforms are. But I've heard some people talking about deep charts and Deepdom and Volumetrica. Pretty very basic, simple stuff. You know, studies here, your main tools up at the top. And if you want those reports, it looks like you're going, let's see what calendar is here. Alright, that's cool. Let's just take a look through the different and that's your data talking about your historical jazz. All right. And that's all I basically got. We're going to try and get out of this trade, trying to see if this area gives us some good support. I assume that's what we're talking about with this kind of thing right here. You can see I can't really scroll. And I can't really do that. I can zoom in, zoom out. It only shows a certain amount of data here. And as you can see, you can also pick this up here. You can resize from here, but it does operate a little differently. You know, a little differently. You can't just grab and drag it around anywhere here like you might want. Actually, you can if you get the selector tool here. So I'm not sure what happens. What's it if I zoom out and zoom across? I don't know where the price is now. We know where you are above the yellow lines here. But for you people, you know, messing with these kind of platforms with the clown balls, the globs, the bubbles, and things of that nature, Tinker Toys, it looks pretty cool. I like it. Will I use it every day? I don't know. Will I keep testing it? Sure, why not? I'll be playing with it, messing around We did get some good support off this area though, as you can see that. So we did make the assumption without knowing exactly that the bright one should give us some good resistance or support. Right, these probably are some lesser. The bigger the ball, the more the volume. On my particular one, I got the cell volume as the purple and the buy volume as the green. No, that was a nice recovery. We just relied on this right here. Let's get our nicotine pouch back in. It was on a cold table. Man. Now we're just seeing if it goes back up. How big of a bounce this area gave us here. Doesn't look like you can click on anything. You can also link some pending orders. You got some pending orders there. You can link them up as well. Pretty good bounce though. We saw that here. So just by what let's see if we can't get out for like, let's try and get out right here. Hell, I don't care. I think the purple one has to get, so the green one will go up. That's the bid. I think this is bid and ask, if I'm not mistaken. So you got to get this one. If you're dragging your position, you got to drag it into the purple here. But we made a pretty good assumption if we had waited to enter on a position on this area. You know, got quite a few points to the upside, not even knowing what we're doing. No candles on here. We just got bubble blobbles, and you can change the bubble blobbles. I believe it's right here. Is this it? Look at the bubble blobbles. They went way up here. Let's go back to 1. We're going to go back to the default settings and see, you can save indicator templates. So if you want to do that. If I was wanting to put some of my custom lines in here, I could do that as well. Let's say I want to drop a line right here at 20. Started getting some resistance right here. Look at that. Not sure how I would adjust this. There we go. Well, I guess I can change the color, huh? Maybe I can. Click on it. All right. That's cool. Let's now try and click. See if we can and now if I want to put another blue line, it's already blue, but if it wasn't, I could change it. You know what I'm saying? Like if I have one up here, think I could change this one. There we go. Configurations. I don't know why that keeps coming up. So that was definitely a good bounce zone. Had that double bottom. 7 points up since that area. We were just looking at this area. Not so concerned about this. We got a couple of our custom levels coming up here as well. I guess I would be looking to short. You also can do local sim right here, and this will just let you do starting to get some resistance. Let's go ahead and do some brackets. All right, and we got our levels. See if our level starts lining up. We'll take a short side here in just a little bit. Now we're in a short side. We're playing this. This could be previous resistance, so we don't know if that's going to work. We're just going to try and play that down to our level here. All we're doing is see if it pulls back into 20. It may not pull back into 20. So I stop at the top level, slightly above it. Whoa, that's way up there. Let's get out of this. Now on the bottom side, you're going to have the green one here. Exceed. There we go. Boom. Actually, I don't know if it exceeded it or not, did it? But we got a little pull back in there. A little scalperoni, macaroni, hamburger, and cheese. You want to customize your levels. I believe we can do that. Actually, we cannot. You cannot manually enter it in, so you have to look right here when you're dragging this doggy do right there. Boom. Maybe I will get an eval and try to trade that here, and we'll see what happens. So anyways, that is Deepdom or Deep Doom or Deep Domy Doom. You got the web version there as well. Volumetrica, get you up and running. Pretty simple layout and design. Peace out. We are out of here. More platforms coming soon to you. Got MotiveWave coming next. So this is our series. MotiveWave will be the next one. Not tonight, but soon. Peace out, everybody. Drawdown King.